Okay, we're going to look at some concrete furniture, how it evolves. What you look at here looks like Santa's sleigh, but unfortunately, it's not Santa's sleigh. It's the all the things we wanted in a master bedroom bed. Okay, the mattress is king size. It's got a lumbar support backrest where you can sit on the bed and look at the big screen television on the end. There was another iteration of this has got a curved. We have a pipe roller here. We can make big curves of pipe. We're going to put a couple of those, but they lean in narrower in the middle than the ends, and that way we can hang mosquito net and it'll lay tight against the shape of the bed here. The bottom, the basically the footboard of this bed, it starts out with lumbar support, but then it just keeps on going back. And the chunk up on the side gets cup holders on the top. But the purpose for this is Maasawa tends to roll up the blankets in a big ball and then roll off feet first off the bed and sometimes clear to the floor. This is to keep her restrained on inside the bed. Also, I like the floating beds with no visible legs to stub your feet on. So it's got a 10-inch toe kick all around it and a solid concrete base. If we, let's just put a line here. If we move our mattress, you can see that there's storage bins underneath of the bed. This is for stuff you never get into. It makes it less concrete to pour, for one. But it's just storage, and that this embodies all the things that we both could think up of that we wanted on the bed, including the fact that there's these giant windows on the end of all the rooms, and you can look from the outside through this bedroom, through the atrium, through in this case a bedroom on the other side, and down the ravine. If there's any wild gunfire out in the street, the bullet could come through that window. And this is a lumbar back support headrest bulletproof bed. Like I say, this is all the things we thought of we could do. Not saying we will do them. We're going to go to another design here right beside it. Revision 2. Revision 2 is different than Revision 1. Let's get it right side up. This is part of the form. This is just some taken up space, so that it doesn't weigh as much. Both these beds are on casters. They're movable. The round bed here. Let's see here. Same king size mattress. Okay, this casting has holes in it that go clear through the whole thing. The red rim around here is hollowed out from the bottom up to 4 inches from the top. It's the mattress is 1.5 inches higher than the rim here. I know you'll be able to see it in the if you pulled a comforter or quilt or something over, it's going to show that there's something different in the middle. It won't look like a table, but that's so that you can slide off that and get in and out of this thing. This is a bed, by the way. Where's the? In actuality, there's going to be bottoms in these holes. This is a preliminary sketch just to get it down on paper so I can see what what I would need to do to form it, because we do all our forms in-house. What these are is the wastebasket in our kitchen from the Philippines. It's not as big as a garbage can in the U.S., but what we can do is we can set some wooden blocks, like 3 little wooden blocks on the floor for whatever depth we want in this storage hole, and then set the garbage can in there and shovel it full of gravel or dirt or something to give it a nice tight shape on the outside, to keep the concrete from pushing it in. And to form it up, these 4 perimeter pieces here, those will actually be rectangular forms, and we'll put a pin in the middle with a stick on it, and it will set uprights around here. It'll be like little T's. We call them T's. You have a piece that's the height you want the thing to be, and then you have a piece screwed to the back of it that you can with screws down. You set the distance from the center with the stick you swing around the thing. You put 2 screws in it. When you go to break the forms down, you get the screw gun, take out those screws, and this piece then you can slide it up off of the casting. It'll be out here. The round part's out here. This square part, it doesn't go to the bottom, but it'll be squared with a piece of PVC pipe on the corner, and then it'll have a couple of like 2x4s that go across the whole thing and rest on this outer edge, and that'll be spaced up about 1/4 of an inch off of the finished concrete, so you can get a trowel underneath of it. It's with the mattress. We call this one round bed. We kind of think we'll put this in several of the spare bedrooms. We have 2 mirror image sets of bedrooms. That's 4 bedrooms in a row, and I'm gonna put this in at least 2 of them. And I might put one with a queen size mattress in one of them, and then the other one I'm gonna do something totally different. Don't know what. It'll be iteration 3, but I think we are going to use this one for the. We have a niece. I'm not sure whether she's supposed to be the housekeeper or not. She's just family. I keep telling my wife that we're going to hire an actual housekeeper when we move into this thing. I don't want that girl to feel she's obligated to work for us just because she's living there. She got twin daughters. They had a bad situation, and we just moved them from Mindanao to Luzon. This is our garbage cans. I had modeled the garbage cans and set them in the concrete and subtracted them. That made the holes. Anyway, this is a concrete bed. It also has the floating pillar under the bottom, which is well up under there, and set back about 2 inches or 3 from this round edge. We're going to put storage cabinets around the outside. There'll be 4 of them. They'll meet up to make a continuous circle, so they'll be flat along the back, round on the front, and 45 corners on them, so they can fit to the next one. And right now, I'm thinking about having them where they're open-topped bins that you just roll the whole thing out. No use putting slides and stuff on it. Just take the thing. It can have a guide rod on it or something. I could put a hinge on one corner and swing it around, but then you have to open it so far into the room to get into the storage on the end. I think if it just rolls out this, this is like 26 inches or something like that. If it rolled out 20 inches, you could get into all but the worst case scenario of this middle one. And also, I'm thinking that this is a seating bench. We can put a a computer table that's the right height for this to be a seat, and the computer and stuff could be in the storage bins underneath. You know, a desktop with just a monitor on the table. Or you could have an eating table, round arc. Wouldn't have to be on the outside wall like the other two bedrooms. We could just leave that out altogether and leave it for floor space. And you could sit on this, and that would be your dinner table out there in the guest bedroom. And this could have a curved bullet backstop with a lumbar support. This is much harder to form up, being it's a convex curve, and but we'll probably do something like that, even if it's just a straight one from up here in the middle, covering the width of the mattress. But this has got the seating arrangement, storage underneath. It's lightened up in the middle, and to move it around, well, it'd be on casters. You could just roll it. But I'm thinking these big urethane casters are 10-inch in diameter. I'm thinking they'll get flat spots on the wheels if they sit for a year, never been rolled. So I'm thinking what they're going to do is we'll pop the mattress out, and there'll be a square plate that mounts the caster from the top. You drop them in the hole where the garbage can was, and you tighten them down until all four of them hit the floor, and then crank it 2 threads. And, you know, on the flat tile floor, all you have to do is pick it up a 1/4 of an inch, and it'll roll any place. And normally, you build casters, 2 of them. The back end is, if you're pushing, the back end would be non-swivel, and then the front swivels. That way you can steer it. So if you wanted to turn it, you'd have to sort of roll it some and make a slow turn. But the front will swing around. Normally, that's what I do. I just want to smack anybody who builds 4 swivels on anything you got to roll. It takes 2 people to move it. Some shopping carts are made with 4 swivels. Terrible things. Philippines, all the shopping carts have 4 swivels. Makes me not want to buy anything from them. Anyway, we will probably put 4 swivels on this bed, because actually turning it in place is something you might actually do, because you have these seating areas, storage bin things, but depending on how you're setting the room up, you may actually want to move this thing and rotate it. So, and it's heavy enough. It's poured concrete. The thing probably weighs 4,000 pounds. It would take 2 people to move it, or one of the guys on our masonry crew could move it, but 2 normal Filipinos to budget, and at least 2 Americans to move it. Or another one my size, we could truck it right around, but there's not too many 300-pound Filipinos. Anyway, we're going to call this video Concrete Bed. And there's only 2 so far. The first one is kind of over the top. Oh, this one incorporates many of the features of the first one. It's got the storage. It rolls around. It's concrete. It's got something for somebody that's in there to keep them in the bed longer before they hit the floor. Of course, we'd have throw rugs on the sides of the bed to make sure your feet are clean before you get in on the sheets. You know, I'm not much for mopping floors, and I don't think I could ask our niece to do that. She might do it, but I mean, I'm not going to ask her. Other than the lumbar support backrest, and that can be made out of mahogany or something, or if you want something more bulletproof, ironwood. And it can sit on 2 pins that fit down into this, but it would be at the right angle and everything. So we could make it as a retrofit. And I imagine we're gonna put some plastic pipes in here that we could put backrests and put headboard and footboard on it. But see, that does away with some of your seating areas. You'd only have the 2 side ones. I kind of like the idea of the seating areas all the way around it. You know, some place to eat, some place to work with your laptop or your desktop. Some place just to throw stuff. You know, your normal garbage that piles up. You don't know where to put it. So any horizontal surface, you know. Okay. So much for concrete bed. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. That's the end of this video. It's actually a normal length. I don't know if we can stand that or not. Remember to say a little prayer for all the sick people in the world. And them poor Russians that are fighting with basically themselves over there. They're screwing up the financial system worldwide because of Swiss bank accounts. We can't get payroll delivered within a week and other things. We're trying to buy 42 cubic meters of sand, a whole truckload of sand, and we're stuck on that, which has got our solar array floor stuck. And we've got to get that floor down before rainy season comes, before it turns to soupy mud out there. We can put the walls up anytime, any day of the year. You put your forms up and you cover them with a tarp until you get ready to pour it. And that's why we did the floors for two more fish tanks, a prawn tank, another shrimp tank. So the floors are in and the vertical bars are in, but we decided not to pour the walls. We would do dirt work because the ground was still damp. We could dig it, and it saves us labor money because it digs about 4 times as fast. And it saves our what inside work we had for rainy days. If we just burn through that, and then we start outside work, and it rains, what do you do with all the people? They got to eat. I can't send them home, you know. So we keep inside work ahead. Like we're going to do all those supports for all the countertops and cabinet bases and stuff through the whole damn house. There's 81 pieces, I think, or maybe 83 pieces right now that I know I need. So, yeah, to keep them busy. It'll probably take a week and a half to make the forms. And they don't take long to set up. You know, they can set up 9 of them in the morning and pour them in the afternoon. But then we got to let it sit in there for a day or two. Get the first part of the cure done while the water can't get away from the concrete. And if we're going to put any kind of skim coat on these things, I can't put the latex paint on them because I'd have to wire brush it off before I could do anything, and it'd be up in a hole living with the dust. I'm not doing that. So we'll probably leave the forms on them more than 2 days. The house we did, 48 hours, and after 48 hours till the next dry spell in the morning. If it wasn't raining at 8 o'clock, we pulled forms because we couldn't quite do 2 pours a week. We were like, we tried to get one done on a Friday or a Saturday because that gave us a guaranteed cure day on Sunday. And Monday we could fill bags of rock and sand and all that staging stuff and move the water barrels for the next one. So we had about a 4-day cycle on a 7-day week, so we couldn't do 2 a week. But we did set up 36 pours and poured a house. Can be done. All right, that's the end of this, and I'll do something with it after I turn it off. And say a prayer for the sick people. Oh, and Ash Wednesday today. Everybody got their ashes?